Hi class, nice to see you. This is a 2 video week. So let's talk about how you're going to put together your group presentations because several of you have asked questions about that. You have plenty of time, but let me give you a couple of options of what you need to do. First of all, regardless of how you put them together, the first speaker needs to introduce the second speaker. The second speaker needs to make a connection between what he or she was talking about and the next speaker and introduce that person, and so forth until you get to the end where the last speaker can only uh, make a connection from the previous speaker because there is no speaker to come. Now, to include that in your videos, regardless of how you put them together, you need to have some group discussion about what each of you will be covering because it won't work out for everybody to see each other's videos beforehand. But if you give some good bullet points of what you'll be talking about on your discussion board or whatever method you're using, this will work just fine. So somebody will do the introduction, um, introduce the next speaker, and so forth in the pattern I mentioned. So that's what's in the speech. Now, how do you put it together? So there are 2 ways I can think of doing it. One is a little bit better than the other, but not a problem if you do option B. So option A is that each person has a slide, and on that slide is your video and just a little bullet point or two about what you're covering. And then somebody pastes those slides together so it's one PowerPoint presentation with your videos embedded. That's the best way. If that causes you a lot of problems, do not get too hung up on it. And what you can do is each upload your videos separately, but somebody has to tell me what order to watch them in. In fact, it'd be best if you all had the order in what you uploaded, or you had, you can't have it on an opening slide because you probably wouldn't have an opening slide. But somebody still has to do an introduction, all those other pieces I just talked about. There may be another way to do this that I haven't thought about, but those are the 2 ways that I have found most students use. So as you're working ahead on your group, you can think about that. Now let me just speak briefly about working ahead on your group. We're getting to the point, which is very exciting, that you have limited assignments left to do, but they're biggies. Your persuasive speech is a big assignment to do, and I want to make sure you put enough time and effort in that. So if you get some work done on this early, then you'll have more time to work on your persuasive speech when it comes to that assignment being due in Module 8. So this group project is due, in Module 7, and then your last big speech is due in Module 8. That's really the big things that we have left. So I hope that answers your questions. If you've got more questions about the whole how do you put the group together, please use Ask Denise and I'd be happy to answer them. Have a great night.